Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today we'll be working on tutorial number 2 for my Easter mini album. And just as a reminder, I was going to use the Authentique Abundant paper pad. I had one full paper pad. I didn't have any sticker sheets. I have 2 sheets left and just a handful of scraps here. Handful of scraps and some couple of tags. That is what I got left. I would have had less, but I did use 2 additional sheets from a different Easter years that I wanted to get rid of and use up. So otherwise I wouldn't have those 2 sheets left either. So what we're going to do is start with a little band to help hold our front closed. And I've already put a magnet on here. This measures 8.5 wide by 2.5 high. I scored at 3 inches and 4 inches. And then I rounded my corners. You don't need to do that if you don't want to, but your longest section, as you can see, is going to be the part that flips around to the front. I have, in addition to that, marked my halfway point on the back side of my album, which is 9 inches high. So we did a 4-inch mark, and I've also made a 1.25 inch mark at the center of my 2.5 inch height here. So when I come in here, I can line that right up and glue that down. So we're going to do that first, and I just edged this with my I used walnut stain, Ranger ink walnut stain there too, because it's not going to get paper on it because it's going to be covered with decorative cardstock. Oh, let's do the right side here. Silly woman. Put that other piece on in a second. And I think I've got everything cut and ready to go. So hopefully it'll move right along here. Okay. I want that up to, but not. Make sure I've got it so it stretches around nicely. There we go. Just like that. Okay. Perfect. And for the back, I've decided to use this here, just like that. It's a nice paper. I like the collection. For the most part, there was a page I really, with all the flowers. To me, it was a little too thin, but I used some of it. But yeah, I liked it. I like the papers. And again, this was a 2018 collection, but I have so many papers that I really just got to start using things up. And I'm trying not to buy a bunch of new ones, even though I love them, because I do have so many full collections of the older ones. So, and they're pretty. It's always nice to have the new ones, but sometimes I feel so wasteful if I don't use up my old ones, There we go. Like that. This is a nice size album. All right. Perfect. All right. Now, let's go ahead and I'm going to put something on. Well, I can just hold it up, but I got to attach my other magnet there. So let's go ahead and get a piece of score tape here. And that there. Attach. Go. And I'm going to kind of hold this up because I don't want it to be off once we add the other papers and pictures and that kind of stuff. So let me see what we got here. Yep, I think that worked perfect. Okay. So we can go ahead and glue We're going to use this one here for the front. And I did make couple flowers and stuff for the decorating the front. So we'll attach those at the very end. I don't have a ton of decorations, but got some, and I just used some of my scraps and my little die cutting machine and made some flowers out of that and put them together. So you could use whatever decorations you like. But quite often I like using my papers to do nice decorations. So this was perfect for the cover. All right. So for right now, we'll leave that. This should come in and close nicely for us. There we go. All right. I'm going to flip this open and go right to my right-hand side here. And I'm going to go all, well, you can start on the front page. And in addition to the papers, I used my little tiny rabbit punch. Just a little tiny bunny. And I don't remember who it's from, but it's a cute little bunny. Oh, EK Success. He makes just little, so tiny there. Yeah. So I punched some of them out of the corners there. For this piece, it's 8 3/8 high by 8 5/8 wide. All of our pieces, for the most part, that are full height are all going to be 8 3/8. I do have a couple pieces that are flips or something that will be different, but the height of most of these is 8 3/8. And as always, when you build one of your own, kind of double check to make sure your measurements match what I'm saying, just in case your cut is a little different. Nice. And this piece on the right here is 8 1/2 wide by 8 3/8 high. And I'm just double checking to make sure I got the right one sitting on the right spot. That one did not get little rabbit punch here. Let's go ahead and do that. So I just lined it up along the edge there, punched it, just like that. That's all I did. Wish I had other little rabbit punch. I have a tiny egg punch, but I didn't really want to do a bunch of tiny eggs. I think I'm going to utilize some of these little punch outs for the spine here when we get to that. Got a magnet here. So there's a magnet on the right side of this one, just so you know. And I'll tell you which ones have the magnets as I get to them, because it's different on both sides. All right. So here we go. Some of this picture looks pretty busy, but by the time you get a photo on there, it breaks it up. See, And this book is a nice size to get like 2 photos that way or 2 photos this way. So that's why I kind of designed it this size so you could flip them. And I love the looks of the books where they design them with the white background, the photo mat already there for you. I like that, but for me it's not practical because I don't know which direction I'm going to put my pictures until I make, get them printed up. So it all depends on what kind of pictures I take. So again, this is the left side where you have a flip there, and we have a magnet there that coincides with this one here. So we'll go ahead and put some glue there. Into this one, I've just attached the little cutout from the front page that had the cover. This was the other bottom corner, so I just cut that out and left it open, attached it around the sides there. That's all I did to that. Let's do a little rabbit punch in this corner here, though. There we go. Get one in there. If I forget one, it's not the end of the world. I just thought it would add a nice, cute, easy decorative element in there. Now, last year for Easter, we only had our granddaughter for an Easter egg hunt because the boys were at their father's, so they couldn't make it to it, but they're getting a little old for it anyway. Well, one is, but they still like to be here and hang out and visit. There we go. All right. So now some of these I've got, I used some, I call them patchwork quilts. So this would be one. And then this is from these other two collections. One was from Jubilee, which I believe is, yeah, the carrot was Jubilee. And then, what's this one? Oh, they both were from Jubilee. Okay. So, yeah, they both were from Jubilee. And I don't, 2017. So, a year earlier than the other one. So, not too bad. Just 1 year. You know what? Let me give this one a little there. And then we'll get the other one at the other side. If you hear my husband, he's home. He's trying to catch up on the race that was rained out yesterday. Move this over for you. There we go. And that, I'm just going to check my distance here. Okay, perfect. I had these two sheets. It's the only two sheets of this collection I had. I go to an outlet, and every now and then I'll just think, oh, I'll grab that and I like doing shadow box layouts, but I never did a layout with it, so it just was in my stash. So I figured, yeah, might as well use it up. Get it used up. All right, and this one I'm going to punch on that corner there. And again, all of these have been edged with walnut stain. Made the perfect color for this collection. And this one here is 8 3/8 wide by 8 3/8 high. And I think it's going to go with this here. Let's go ahead and give these little, boy, I kind of was slacking there, wasn't I? Might have been before I decided to do that. I didn't decide right at the beginning. There we go. It's getting a little later at night, and I'm tired. I had a little one and 2 boys today because they're on their midwinter break. So, and they're old enough; they don't need much assistance. So, but the baby likes to play and course, And then I had a doctor's appointment for a physical. Sears coming because my freezer wasn't working, so it's been just a busy day. That's all right. We'll get through it. Okay, so that goes like that. And that goes like that. So let's go ahead and slide this down. And on this one here, we've got another little section here. This is the slip that goes up. And that is 7 3/8 high by 3 7/8 wide. Do you want to, I guess we can give a rabbit on each side of this here. There we go. I'm going to put one on here. And I'm going to do the brown, I think is what I decided on these. There we go. There we go. I thought I would have this finished yesterday so I could load it up, but no. We had some company for a while, so that's all right. It all works. It all works out the way it's supposed to. Had a nice visit. We had a nice visit. I was able to get the papers and cut and stuff and ready to go for today, this evening. And so that's all good. And then all I had to do was get my flowers ready. Okay, when you flip up, I've just got some blue cardstock, and you can see that's kind of shimmery. And I've just attached one of the little tags to that. It's not open or nothing. It's just, I decided to slip in some pretty blue in there. I was concerned I wasn't going to have enough paper. And then I ended up being okay. So we ended up being okay. But I still thought this blue was pretty. There we go. For the bottom, we're going to use this here. And this is 8 5/8 wide by 8 3/8 high. Again, let's just go ahead and put a couple bunnies in there. So hopefully this video won't be too awful long. I'll try to get it done as fast as I can for you. It's going to take a bit because So at least I'm not trying to figure it out and cut it all with you. I do I don't mind when I watch videos where people do that, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging either, but it doesn't bother me when I watch when people do that. I will watch the whole thing. I love watching the tutorials and the videos. Okay, so that's done. No magnet there. And then on this side we have another piece of the blue, and then I've just attached the rabbit tag, and I left that up just in case I wanted to put something in there too. Okay, see, my rabbit's jumping away. Let's go ahead and just some thick paper there. Go ahead and there's some blue rabbits out. This is going to go right on the right hand side. It's 8.5 wide by 8 3/8 inch high. If I'm staying in the frame, I don't think I am all the time. Let me get this down, then I'll correct that. Looks like my camera has moved or something here. I slid it over the other day, changed things a little bit because I needed room for my trimmer right there when I was taping. So let me go ahead and move that forward for you. There you go. All right. And then we're just going to attach that there. This is a pretty paper. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really pearly. It's pearlescent paper, pearl paper or something like that. All right. And then we have the flip here, and that is 3 7/8 high by 6 3/8 wide. We're going to add this to the inside, I believe is what I decided. And let's go ahead and give that a couple punches too, or at least one. Yeah, let's just do the one, just in case we want to put a picture right there, then we won't be blocking the bunny since it's smaller. It's a nice heavy cardstock too. I'll have to see if I can see what brand it is. I have the pack behind me. It's a pack of 20 or something. Quite often I'll buy, when I had my business, I bought larger multi-packs. That's one of the reasons I have so much paper too, is in my own business for a while. So, all right. And again, both of these sides 3 7/8 high by 6 3/8 wide. Of course, mine is pieced together. But if you were doing one piece, that's what you would need. For some reason, I always feel guilty when I don't use up my scraps. I'm not sure why I do, but I do. I just do. Okay. Again. And this is just a couple strips of the blue pattern. Just like that. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. So that, this there. Close that up, slide this down. Now we have this in here done, okay? And this done. This flips this way. We have an additional magnet here on our right-hand side. Okay? That's going to coincide with this one here. So, and this is Both of these are the extra papers that I had. All right. And I'll tell you the size in just a second. We'll finish up right here. All right, this one is 8 3/4 wide by 8 3/8 high. And I didn't do a lot of pockets and stuff because for something like this, I would mostly use just pictures. We don't do too many like going to things where you'd have a flyer or something I'd want to save, or I would want to just look through and see the pictures, especially since it's a smaller album. Then I don't have to pull a bunch of tags out and stuff to see the pictures, and I've got quite a bit of room in here for pictures. I can't see how much glue I got on there, but I hope enough. There we go. Okay, perfect. This is a little bit brighter than the rest of the papers, but I'm going to ink this up a second. Give it some grunge here, just a little bit. That way it ties in more with the other papers. This one's fine because it's the browns, but there we go. All right, and on this side, 8 7/8 wide by 8 3/8 high. Glue feels like it's plugging up here. There we go. Hope my volume is up high enough for you. Oh yeah, it was up all the way. I went to listen to one of my videos the other day and my volume was all the way up. And when I loaded it, I could hear it plenty good because I listened to them before I load them onto YouTube. Could hear it fine. And then when I went to listen to it, I don't know if it was because there was so much extra noise in the house that I couldn't hear it very good or what, but it was harder to hear. So I don't know. I usually don't have trouble hearing them. Oops. Got a little bit extra glue by this magnet there. There we go. All right, let's pick this up. Let's see if we can pick up the pace here a little bit. There we go. All right, that should finish that. Oops. This was actually off the cover. This is our center here. And this is right off the actual cover for the paper. I thought that was pretty. Use that up. See? And it was printed with it on both sides, so the one side didn't have all the heavy knot. Worked out pretty good. Perfect. Ooh. Oops, got a rabbit on there. Now with this bottom one, you gotta be careful because you got all them different gussets. So just keep your eye out for your score lines and you'll see them. There we go. For this side here, this is a pocket. This is one pocket that I made. And you need a piece 4 1/2 wide by 8 3/8 high. We will give this one punch on the right hand side, like so. But as you can see, there is plenty of room here for, I think, for Easter events. And this is going to tuck right inside of there perfectly. A little bit. Okay. I'm going to move this back this way so I can press on that from back here. There we go. All right, and then this is a 2 pieces, and this would be 8 3/8 high by, I'm gonna say 4 3/8 wide altogether. So and again, I'm kind of patching it together here. There we go. Put this one on, then we'll put the other one on. All right. To this edge here. Go. Right down the center. I can hear that race. I don't know if you can, but if you can, sorry. All right. So that's done, that's done. That's done, that's done. Here's done. We have a pocket, back side. Done, 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 done. Perfect. That is that one side. Let's go ahead and slide that out of our way. We have the matching side for this one here. And that is 8 7/8 wide by 8 3/8 high. I don't think this side is as much, but I can't remember. You start adding flips and stuff, and it doesn't take long, and all of a sudden you got a whole bunch of stuff, right? There we go. All right. And this flips open. And of course we have a magnet on our right hand side here. And then this one, I am doing this side here. 8 7/8 wide by 8 3/8 high. Same as the front there. Let's get some on our magnet there. My wrists and hands are still sore from that great big huge beach album I did. I just finished that up last week. So I'm going to press that. I'm going to push this back this way so I can press it down. There we go. All right. And here we have a flip here. Now the one side. Did I miss? I think I did. I think I missed a piece. Okay. All right. All right. How did I miss a piece? All right, so this is going to go here. So, and then I wanted this tag on here like that, just centered. So we're just going to center that on there, just as a decorative piece. And I won't cover that up with a picture or anything. It's just for decoration. Because I didn't do pockets and stuff, I didn't use up much of the tags, and I do like them. So it's going to have a nice big border around it, but that's all right. Okay. And then on the inside there, I have these here. So we're going to go ahead and put these patchwork lists in there. And this is 4 3/8 wide by 6 3/8 high. There we go. So this might run a little bit longer, but we'll get it all done in one video instead of having 2 videos. Makes it a little bit easier. And then you can skip through if you want, or watch the whole thing while you relax. I personally like to watch the decorating happen, but not everybody does. So if you don't, then you can just watch the build and take a look at the walkthrough. All right. I don't have, let me see if I've got a blue wide enough. Not quite. Let's go ahead. I'll cut it 8 3/8 high. I will cut it. Actually, I'm just going to wait to see if I've got it somewhere in here, because sometimes they get mixed up. All right, this piece here is 7 7/8 wide by 8 3/8 high. Our magnet is down a couple, so don't worry about that. I didn't forget about the other magnet. It's in there. It's just down further. And then I can add that last flip last, just in case I run across it. That way I'm not wasting time cutting and placing it and then going through and finding it as I go along. All right, that's that. So then when you flip to the right, this one I've already got done. As you can see, it's all patchwork pieces. So that was the same size as the other one before. Here is my other magnet on the left of this flip here. This piece here is going to be cut 5 5/8 wide by 8 3/8 high. Okay. Some glue there. There we go. And to laugh at my granddaughter today, told her she was in the doctor. She's 3, so she's in the doctor's office waiting for me, with me. And I told her, I said, you be good and we'll stop at McDonald's and get you some fries. I said, would you like some fries? Yes. She said, and I want some coleslaw. I'm like, I don't think McDonald's has coleslaw. Yep, but they do, she said. I said, okay. So, of course, I didn't even ask. I had to go to the store. So I did get her some coleslaw, but she loves coleslaw. 8 3/8 high by 4 3/8 wide. Again, here. She says, I don't want the doctor to hurt you. I said, he's not going to hurt me. It's just a physical. Are you sick? No, I'm not sick. Well, then why are we here? She don't know what a physical is. I said, just to make sure I don't get sick. She didn't want to hurt me. 8 3/8 wide by 4 3/8 high. And this is going to be the inside. But I can't even sneeze without her worrying about me. Are you okay? Yes. Do you need to go see a doctor? No, I just sneezed. I'm okay. She's a little lovey. Always concerned about people. Okay. So this one I went the same. This one is 8 3/8 high by 5 5/8 wide. Actually, I didn't use any of the checked. Maybe I'll put the check there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll just use the check side there instead. I didn't use any of the check because I love this side here. With the bunnies and the chickens and the tulips. So I didn't use any of the checks. We'll just change it. We can do that. That will look just fine. There we go. All right. Now this one is another 8 3/8 wide. Now this one I just kind of glued them together to create my patchwork here. And that's 4 3/8 wide. Just so. And then here we have the flip up again. So I have 2 flips here. So this one, I think I'm just going to put here, like we did the other one, just for decoration. And actually, I guess we could put that right on the, let's go ahead and put that one on the inside of our flip. Like I said, it's going to have a nice big edge around it. That's fine. I'm not going to put a picture over it. And this one, we're just going to go to the top here. This is a flower I was talking about. Isn't that cute? That chicks, little chicks. Okay. There we go. This was the one that the pattern I don't know. Kind of, it was all right, but it was not my favorite, to be honest. I love authentic papers, but that was not my favorite pattern. That happens, you know. It's a lot of patterns and stuff to decide on. And there we go with that, like so. Now this one is another patchwork one I already did up. This one here is going to be the eggs. And then the back piece is a patchwork also already done up. So we are almost done with this here. We can go ahead and decorate here in a minute after I do that one, because I did not run across that one. So let's see what it is. All right. 8 3/8 by 7 7/8 wide. Just like that. Right. I like that all the little eggs too. That was just nice and simple. Okay, so this is done. This is done. This goes like this. That's done. That one's done. Done, 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 done. This closes this way. This goes up, and this is the one we have to do here. Let me see here. Yes, and our magnet's here, and our magnet is there. So when we close that, that will hold all that tight. All right, let's go ahead and do the inside of this one. I am going to, I'm going to do that. What do we got here? I think that's not wide enough either. All right, let's see here. These are my scraps here. So let's see what we got. Let's do this real quick. All right, I'm going to cut this blue one down to 8 3/8, I believe. Let's double check. Yes, 8 3/8. So let me get my scoreboard here. Put that up here. And 8 3/8 high. There we go. So let's go ahead and smudge my edges here. I think my husband might have fell asleep. Maybe not. He might just be watching TV. All right, let's go ahead and give that a punch. Yeah. All right. We'll figure it out. We'll just patchwork this one too. And these ones are nice. You can easily fit a full photo on these. So I'm going to kind of center it here. Lay it this way so I can flatten it down. There we go. And then let's get some nice long stripes here. Let's do the music. That'd be pretty. Oh, it's the wrong direction. This one's not. There we go. So I just need a couple, looks like about 1/4 inch. So let's see here. Let's do a 1/4 inch pieces here. See if they match up right. Oh yeah, we can get away with that, I think. I think we'll be good. Have my glue gun going. So we should be all set there. Oh look, and I got the music up there too. Perfect. That'll work. I have to get a little drink of water here in a second. Get a little thirsty. Oopsie, come here. There we go. And that finishes up the inside of this book. There we go. There we go. All right. Okie doke. So just let me double check, make sure everything is covered. This way. Everything's covered. Yep. Perfect. There we go. So got that. That's going to go there. So now we can go ahead and cover our band here. And I have 2 pieces cut here. So this is what I wanted for my top. This is the little lamb one. So cut that at 4 3/8 by 2 so I think I cut it smaller. That was the actual size of the, no, 4 3/8 by 2 3/8. Then I just rounded the edges that needed to match with the other part there. Just like that. I'm going to sit it on the table so I can get that there. And then on the inside I have the egg one. The same. Got my magnet there. There we go. That basket weave is kind of pretty too. It's nice and small. I've seen basket weave before, but it's so big, and I just do like the huge, huge basket weave. Watching for my score line there. There we go. And then these little tiny pieces here that match. There we go. And that is 1 inch wide, so these are 7/8 by 2 3/8. Okay. Same with this one here. 7/8 wide, 2 3/8 high. And this here was just cut out of a scrap piece of my cardstock. So this looks a little slanted now, but it will, once I get my pictures and stuff in there, it'll fill out the rest of that little bit, and that'll lay flatter. There we go. So that's our closure for our book. Nice and cute. All right. So I'm going to bring my other things in that I've got here. And here we go. I've made some flowers out of the paper. And just put some gems in there from Hobby Lobby. Just some gems. And then this is one of the tags. And I've just cut it out, bumped it up on some chipboard. And we're going to utilize that there. I've got so much glue on my fingers. I'm sorry, they look so dirty. All right, so I'm just going to use my art glitter glue for this and just glue that right down. I don't need hot glue for that. I'll use hot glue for the flowers and things like that, but I don't need it for this here. All right, how do we want this here? That's kind of going that way on an angle. That's going straight. So let's go ahead and angle this one kind of this way. Just like so, I think. There. Yeah, just like that. Now I've got my 3 flowers. Hang on, let me see if I can still slide this. Okay. Wanted room here for this. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and hot glue these down. And I'm going to start with this darker brown one. Get a good amount of glue there. And we'll just put that down first. Then I have all these leaf cutouts here. This was Graphic 45 die, by the way, if you're wondering. And I'm not going to lay them all down flat. I'm just going to run a bead of my glue right on the branch part of this leaf here, so it can curve up and do what it wants to. Okay. There we go. If it gets in the way later on, I can always, slide it down in there. Okay, let's do that one over there. Just try to keep it light. I had too much on that other one. I kind of like how it's up on that flower there. Okay. And then we have a blue one here. Yeah, let's go ahead and just put the blue one right in there, I think. Just like that. Okay. And then I think, yeah, I'll do 2 there. Yeah, we'll do the 2 together there, the blue and the brown. A little dab of hot glue here. I'm going to do those together there. And I think I'm going to put this brown one off to the side here. Like that, I think. So another little good dab of hot glue there. And we'll get that right in there. Perfect. Go set up for a second. Now I have all these bunny cutouts. Oh my God. All these bunny cutouts, and I was looking at them, and I thought they would look cute going right up this spine. I think it's going to be a bit time consuming. So I want to do that. You know, they were just so cute going up the spine. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'll just put a little bit of a dot of glue because they're small, and then we'll just put one on. Okay, and I'll just have them facing all in the same direction, and then we'll put a dot of glue up here, and then we'll just keep them kind of going centered. Let's see here. We've got what's that one? Oh, that one's got the little eggs spots on it. Perfect. Just like that. And I'm just eyeballing. I'm not measuring or anything, so hopefully we'll get this going here nicely. There's a blue one. I'm going to zoom in so you can see better. Yeah, here. Let's see if I can zoom in here so you can see a little better. Ooh, there we are. That's zoomed in. There we go. And then we'll split the difference again here. Right here. And what's this one? Oh, that's a cute one. And then we'll split the difference here. I just thought something different, you know, use these up here. There's one of those checked ones. Oh, there's that one there. Okay. And let's do a dot here with, oh, let's see, brown check. I don't have any of the, come here. Can't get hold of them. They're so little. They're so little. Oh, that's that same color. I don't want that same color. Okay, here we go. That's a little dot there. It's got the little egg on them. And then let's go here. I see one that had the basket weave on it. That would be cute here. Between those two. Dot here. And this just makes it so much. Oh, this one looks like he's got a little glue down. He's got a little stripe in him here. Yeah. And then we'll put a dot here, and that will be our last one. I think that's like perfect. I glue. There we go. He's got a little. There. Just overall little bunnies there. All right. So that is it. All right. There we go. Nice, quick, easy mini album. I think perfect size for an Easter event or the whole Easter holiday. So I'm going to take time, if you're a subscriber, to thank you so much for following along with all my projects that I create. If you are not, if you would please consider doing so at this time, you can hit the subscribe button down in the right hand corner there, and a bell will pop up. If you hit the bell, you can be notified each time I put up a new video. So as always, until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.